Welcome back to another video. I'm here to talk about a player that has been in the league for a good while, since about 2015 or so. I'm here to talk about the Mavericks forward or slash center, whatever you want to call it these days, Kristaps Porzingis. Now, Kristaps has been with the Dallas Mavericks since the 2019-2020 season, and he is a classic example of someone who looks like he has a talent, looks like he has a skill, and can show it off at random points of the season, but was never someone who was quote-unquote consistent. Now, you could argue that the 2017-2018 season was his best season, when he was averaging 22 points per game, pretty good in rebounds and a lot of other stats. He shot 39% from three-point range, but it's tailored off. Now, when you look at the Mavericks and their current situation, they have their superstar in Luka, and you would assume that having Luka and Kristaps would be that 1-2 punch that Dallas needs to make a run in the Western Conference. It hasn't really worked out that way. There's been some conflicting things going on, and I'm just at that point where, do I think that Kristaps Porzingis is really worth the $31 million per year that he's getting paid currently? He's only averaging 19 points per game, about 8 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. And I'm starting to get the feeling like a Anthony Davis. Now, I think Anthony Davis is better, but they share a similar stat or a similar kind of skill that they don't necessarily want to be the center. They want to be the forward. They want to shoot the three. They want to get the mid-range game. Then you look at someone like Joel Embiid, who kind of wants to do the same thing, but realizes that he's so dominant in the post and just dominant really anywhere, that he can really dominate in the paint, get those rebounds and back someone under the net and really be a dominant player. Now, if you're looking at the Dallas Mavericks, they are currently 8th. They are 15-15, dead 500, and they're just not looking like a great team. Now, it is important to note that Luka has now entered the health and safety protocols, joining Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, and Maxi Kleber. Now, that's going to be a detriment to this whole team. And it's funny because now the past couple days, a lot of teams are signing 10-day contracts to these random players. Even Ado Johnson is coming back to play, because all these players, it's unbelievable with the amount of players that are going down, that are in the protocols, and just the amount of players that aren't out there. So now they're handing out 10-day contracts. But that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to make is, do I think, and do other people think, that Kristaps is really the best fit for Luka? On paper, you could maybe make the case, but when you look at his career and just his games, he's just not consistent. I mean, if he gets 13 points, he's getting 3 rebounds, 23 points, 12 rebounds. It's so back and forth that there's not a level of consistency, and he just wants to shoot threes. I'm talking, he's taking 7, 8, 6, and 6. He's taking a lot of shots from three-point range. Now, it could be different if you were making them, but then you're taking away from what you really could be good at in the paint, back down a player, get those rebounds, and be effective on the floor. And I just don't think you're being that effective, and just not that consistent. I mean, you have a good coach, a new coach, but you have Jason Kidd. You have Luka Doncic, who is an MVP candidate every year. He's a generational player. And then you have Kristaps, who should be a great player, a great coach, a great Robin to the Batman. I mean, you were with Carmelo Anthony as well, and just not really living up to your potential. So, me personally, I think you should put the unicorn on the trade market, see what you can get for him. But I think he's turning into, just an average player. Just, he's a tall guy, he's lengthy, he has skills, don't get me wrong. But I think you're just turning into an average player, because year after year after year, no matter what the excuse, everyone's got something going on, injuries, all that stuff, and I get it. But since you came into the league, it's kind of been average. It's not something that's been like crazy special. What do you guys think about this? And do you think that the Dallas Mavericks should eventually trade Kristaps Porzingis to get someone who better matches with Luka? Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys next time.